Okay, stretching. As you can see, I've brought a chair, so you know we're going to use that one. There's basically, for our purpose, there's two ways of stretching. There's dynamic stretching, and then there is static stretching. And what we usually do is before we start our kicking training, we do dynamic stretching in which we mimic the motions that we're going to make for kicks, and then in the cooling down or at the end of class we can do some static stretching. Because kicking is an active activity, so dynamic kicking has the biggest impact on your flexibility and helps you most to get the flexibility that you need for kicking. Then static stretching, that's more like as an add-on, like to make those muscles longer. So what is dynamic stretching? Dynamic stretching is when it comes to your legs. If I throw up my leg like this, some of the muscles will stretch. And because this mimics a kick, I will start stretching. I do it dynamically. We have to build it up gradually. So before you get into stretching, first we warm up. How do we warm up? It's usually by loosening all the muscles or all the joints that we need. So what I usually do, start at the bottom. So you might want to start with some ankle rotations, or let's take the chair. You can do some ankle rotations just by rotating your ankle like this. Then I'm going up one stage, so I end up with the knees, some knee rotations, and actually when I do this, I'm rotating my ankles as well. Another exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., etc. Usually we do like 10 each side. Okay, again, one level up, it is the hips, so rotate. And again, if you look, my ankles get some rotation as well. The same rotation as we use for strikes can be used as well. And of course you can continue into your shoulders and everything. So rotate all those muscles, get them oiled up. Then you want to do some light aerobic exercises. Don't do any power exercises. So if you know you're going to kick, then a squat can be okay, but don't overdo it. You don't want to tire these muscles out. Keep your strength training for another day. So after you've done all your rotations, maybe just running in the spot is okay. Maybe some knee lifts to get those knees high. Jumping jacks are okay. Just get the blood flowing and the adrenaline pumping. So now you're warm. You can do your dynamic stretching. One method we use is, you get with your right foot behind, and then in sets of 12 repetitions, you slowly go higher. So it's 12 repetitions and then 5 sets. So first knee level, 1, 2. Just gently, you don't need any power for this. Just gently lift up your leg about knee level. Then also 12 times on the left, 1, 2, 3, etc. Then you switch to the right again. From knee level, we're going to waist level. So you will lift up your leg 12 times, waist level. After you've done it 12 times with the right, switch to the left, 12 times, waist level. Next level, chest. So first level, second level, third level, 1, 2, 3, and again, 12 times. You don't have to keep your legs straight, but if you can, do. But if you can just do this, 1, that's okay, 2. After chest level, shoulder level. And what you feel, look, here, I don't need any power. It's a very light exercise. But if I want to go to shoulder level, I already need a little bit more power. So I'm doing that 12 times to the right, then 12 times with the left as well. And the final one, as high as possible. So then you really try to kick as high as you can. Of course, if you cannot reach it, or even if you cannot do shoulder level, but build those 5 levels up somewhere in between. 12 times with the right, 12 times with the left. So here you get this stretch. After that, you can do the same to the side. So that's why I brought the chair. If I'm starting here, I'm just throwing up my leg to the side. Now I can start again. If I want to knee level 12 times, then waist level 12 times, chest level 12 times, shoulder level 12 times, and then later as high as you can. 12 times on the right, 12 times on the back. Another stretching exercise that you can do dynamically is back. So you're standing here, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also do it in, again, in like 12 times each legs in 5 levels. If you want to, you can reduce the amount of levels. So maybe you want to do just 3 levels. You'll go like 1, and then maybe 2, and eventually level 3. That's okay too, but get a lot of repetitions in. Another way of dynamic stretching is making rotations while you kick. So this is going to resemble the kicks that we'll learn for yellow belt. Is the inside kick and the outside kick. So if I make circles with my leg, 1 here, and again, I can decide how high I want it to go. Again, you can use the chair to push yourself to get your leg over. Okay, so that's dynamic stretching, stretching your leg with motion. Okay? And then you've got static stretching, and static stretching is where you don't move, you get your stretch, and then you stay in the stretch. So 1 is just like trying to touch your toes. What's important when it comes to static stretching is your hips. A lot of people, they miss flexibility in their hips. So what we usually do in the warming exercises, we have some exercises to open up your hips. So I'll go through those first. We start just with knee lifts, 1, 2, and touch your knee all the time, 1, 2. And if you want to, you can do it fast. You can say like, okay, 1, 2, yeah, and then you get some more aerobic exercise as well. Then the next one is you keep your hand with the palm down and you kick with your foot against your hand. So here you already see, oh, I'm opening up my hip. And then the same one on the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4. That opens up the hips. Or again, if you just stand and just rotate the leg out, you want to get a little bit more flexibility in your hips. You should be able, like here, 1, to do this. Another exercise you can use for that, get down, like arch your back, here, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But eventually what you want, when we're going into static stretching here, what I sometimes see people, they're like this, and they're, oh, I cannot touch my toes. But look, those hips, they should be here. So you should tilt them here. And now it's quite easy. Even if you cannot touch your toes, maybe start here with your knee. And then maybe go to your ankle. Maybe then go here. Also don't, this is no, forward, go, stretch. So first make sure that you can do this, and then don't go down, but go forward. Look at your toes and just go forward here. Okay. There's a lot of static stretching, so too many to go over here. One that we usually do, again, to open up, is just push on the inside, here. One, the other one, so your right leg forward. And usually with static stretching, what I like is hold the stretch. So you get the stretch and then just stay there until you start feeling comfortable. So maybe now when you start, it's like, this feels uncomfortable, but just breathe in and breathe out. And when you sit like this for a long time, hey, the stretch is helping. Another thing that can really help you in your daily life, get into the crossed legs position a lot. When you sit like this, like here, already my hips are opening up. So instead of sitting on the chair, maybe try this position once in a while. Another exercise that really helps me is placing my foot apart, wide, about 45 degrees out, sitting down here, grabbing the inside of my feet and looking up. So I'm arching my back and I'm really feeling the stretch on the inside of my legs. And now I can move here to this leg or to the other leg. And this is like a little bit of a combination between static stretching and, because if I'm moving here, I'm doing motion. So it automatically also becomes a dynamic motion. Another one, and again, most of the stretching we use, it is to open up our hips. We want to be able to move flexibly with our hips. It's not about, I can touch my toes. No, you want to open those hips. Some kicks, you need a wide range of motion in your hips. So that's what it's mostly about. Another one that's popular with a lot of people is, okay, so you get into your squat first, and then you stick one leg out, heel on the floor, toes up. Try to keep your ankle on the other side on the floor as well. And now you move 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. This is not an easy exercise. For some people it's actually quite difficult, where maybe for other people it's very easy. But those are a few stretching exercises. Yeah, your teacher will take you in class through a lot more exercises. If you want to know more, buy a good book on stretching and follow those. Yeah, make sure that the book is not just about static stretching, but that you get some dynamic stretching in there as well. Just to make it a little bit more complete. There's also stretching, but maybe this is more for people who like to show off. But look, if you do this and then just keep your leg out, it's stretching, but it's also like helping you with your power. And it's not me, you can definitely use it for your hankido training, for your kicking training, but of course there's never in your kicks a moment where you stand like this and then just keep your leg like that, because if you keep your leg hanging out like that, your opponent will grab it. But I'm not saying it's bad. So if you want to, and if you've reached your goals with dynamic and static stretching, and maybe you want to add a little bit more power to it, stretch out, stand like this. What it absolutely does is help you to improve your body structure, because if I'm like this, 1, 2, here, now it becomes difficult very fast. But if I place my body like almost up straight in, like in one line, so like if I'm hanging forward, that's quite difficult. But 1, 2, here, the better I place my body, the easier it becomes. So it can help you with good body structure. So these are a few tips when it comes to stretching. I hope they help. Again, if you want more information, there's plenty available online. Get a good book about stretching and it will definitely help you. Now let's get into those kicks.